Hi guys, this is Giridhar here. I'm going to talk about the Lenovo A7000 today. After selling the Lenovo A6000 like hotcakes in India, Lenovo brings the A7000. It is the first smartphone to come out with the Dolby Atmos integrated inside it. The design is very similar to the other Lenovo devices we have seen in the A series like the A6000 and the A6000 Plus. To me, it appears to be inspired by the Nexus 5's flat, plain and minimalistic design, which works well, so no complaints really. On the front, we have the 5.5-inch IPS display, which is a HD screen, and approximately we get 267 ppi with the resolution. And on the top, you have the earpiece, and you have the front-facing 5-megapixel camera. At the bottom, you have the non-backlit Android menu. I'm not a big fan of the non-backlit keys, so when you have a keys off the screen, it definitely makes sense to at least give it a backlighting so that you can easily find it and you can easily navigate in dark situations. If you're not able to do that, at least give an option to switch to on-screen navigation keys. So that's something which Lenovo can take forward in the next devices. To your right, the volume rocker and the power button with a metal finish. The metal finish adds a little elegance to the otherwise plain design. It has good tactile feedback and easy to reach with your thumb. At the top, you have the 3.5mm audio jack and USB socket. Nothing to your left and mic at the bottom. So at the back, you have the 8-megapixel shooter, which is capable of shooting 1080p videos with dual LED flash. And you have a mono speaker here and the active noise cancelling mic here. The back panel is removable. And Lenovo has not committed regarding multiple colors or color options available in the back panel. The back panel is made of plastic. It is flimsy, but when it's fitting on the device, it fits well and it fits snugly there. Opening up the back panel reveals the 2900 mAh battery and also the micro SD card slot, which is capable of taking cards up to 32 GB. And you have the SIM card 1 and SIM card 2. SIM card 1 is capable of 4G, 3G and 2G, while SIM card 2 is just capable of 2G. And they take in micro SIM, not the mini SIM as said in the box. The design does not spell premium, but it's a design that you can call perfect when you just pay Rs 9,000. And it works well. When I keep it on the table, it's flat, neat, and there is no creaky or there is no rocking to it. The flush fitting of the camera at the back, it's all really good, and I have no complaints about the design, especially when I'm paying just 9,000 rupees out of it. The Lenovo A7000 runs on Android 5.0 out of the box, but the Vibe UI 2.0 has a striking similarity with the other A series phones we have seen in the past. So no app drawers and only the app desk we have. And the app desk also has a nice animation when you reach the end of the screen. There's a slight stretching animation here. There are a lot of customization that this device is capable of, and one such customization is your home screen settings, wherein you can go and customize your home screen. You can say wallpaper on or off, and you have different transition animations here, which is not something new which we haven't seen in other devices, but this device particularly, we have been complaining about the lack of a proper theme center. So in the A6000 and A6000 Plus, we just had 2 themes to play around, and now we have more themes in the theme center, and Lenovo is really working on the legal formalities to bring the full-fledged theme center suite to India. The other noticeable change in the Lenovo 7000 is the notification bar. Now we have Android 5.0, so we have lollipop-like notification center. The icons in the notification bar are not that much customizable, but you have something called the notification log here. We haven't seen a notification log in any of the devices in the past, but this is something which shows you the history of notification, and I think it would be useful addition. So we have other features in this device which could be hidden underneath. So click on this feature and you have a quick snap. Basically what it does is, when the screen is locked, you just have to double tap the volume button, and all it does is just clicks a snap and then opens the camera for you, so you don't lose a moment waiting for your camera to load or a screen to open up. And then we have tap to light, wherein it's just nothing but a tap to wake feature which we have seen in premium devices like the OnePlus. You can double tap so you can double tap to wake your device, and we have some screen gestures like sliding to unlock your camera or unlock your Chrome. So these gestures are really useful, but when put in the pocket, and these gestures could be activated by mistake, and that could embarrass you at times. And we have a smart scene which is really useful. We can set time and we can set like the profiles that can go on each time. So let's say I'm in my office on weekdays between 9 and 6 p.m. So I can set it to be on, and I can set my phone to be on vibrate during the office time, and every weekday on between 9 to 6 the phone will be on vibration mode. It's kind of very useful, and there are many apps available in the market to do this kind of work, but having a feature out of the box definitely makes a difference. And finally, we have this feature called the white touch screen. So when activated, see, the white touch brings in a small ring-like feature here. So this we have seen in the custom ROMs like the Paranoid Android. So what it basically does is when you click it, you have some quick access to your frequently used applications or recently used applications, and you can also navigate back and double click on it, brings you the home screen. There are a bunch of applications or bunch of customizations which you can do to this white touch panel here. So I'm not really sure why it's called the white touch panel, but it's going to be really useful. So this mobile comes pre-installed with a couple of applications like the Truecaller or even the Clonet and the UC browser, Evernote and Navigate. But bunch of these applications can be uninstalled if you really don't like them. So basically what you get is a clean Android experience out of this, which is not really what you experience in a Google Play Edition device, but this is definitely a clean UI with minimalistic customization as much as possible and giving a lot of control to the user. So the UI has also got a neat feature called the Secure Zone Management, wherein you can set only certain apps to be accessible in the secure zone. So switching to secure zone is not it's not very complicated. So there's a tab here on the notification window, and you'll have to say click on it to switch to a secure zone. And I have set a pattern lock, and in the pattern lock I can see access the applications which I have set to be visible in the secure zone. So that is kind of useful feature there. Permission control is another neat feature which I love about the Lenovo A7000. So when I'm in the permission control, I can see different permissions and I can see which apps get the permissions, and then I can decide to deny the app that permission. And I can also go by apps and I can also go by permission. There are two ways of accessing this permission control. The UI is responsive and it doesn't lag at all. And there are not many unnecessary animations that kind of give you a lagging feel there. We have asked Lenovo regarding their timeline to upgrade to 5.02 or even the latest 5.1.1, and Lenovo has not committed to it so far. It's got a few sensible useful features under the kitty, and I feel that these features will really be useful for the user on a day-to-day basis, and I would say that they would have a better utility value. Lenovo is using the Dolby Atmos as an USP for this device. I would say that the little bunch of features which you just saw adds a lot of utility value than the Dolby Atmos. So, okay, speaking of Dolby Atmos, what really is the Dolby Atmos? Dolby Atmos is the next level of Dolby Digital Entertainment. Instead of directing sound from different channels like the 5.1 or 7.1, Dolby Atmos gives you an immersive experience with a truly surrounding audio. So you can connect up to 64 speakers in a Dolby enabled home theater system, which gives you a sound effect from all over, from up, down, or anywhere in the room. To enjoy the best in Dolby Atmos, you must have a pro home theater setup in your home, or if you're on a mobile, you must have definitely a good set of headphones with this device. So So I'm not sure how much you're able to hear the audio effect that is coming out of this system, but I would say that's truly amazing. So I have a Dolby digital home theater setup here, but it's not the Dolby Atmos, but still I'm getting a very good experience out of it. So when I disable Dolby, it's just a normal sound here, and it's not even it's not even audible. When I enable Dolby, so I'm not sure how much of it you can experience, but what I can experience here is I can really listen to this sound transitioning from one channel to the other channel, and if at all I had overhead and bottom speakers, this sound will be really great and will truly give me an Dolby Atmos experience. In a practical real-life scenario, the sound is really good out of the Lenovo A7000, but the speakers and the headset that is coming out of the box is not really great. In order to enjoy a great music, video, or a gaming experience, you will have to have definitely a good audio system out there. So speaking of the display is a 5.5-inch HD display. It is not protected by any Corning Gorilla Glass, so it is bound to get scratches, and you have to take good care of this device, but otherwise the touchscreen is really responsive and it is fast, except while playing graphic intensive games. So that's, I'll come back to it later. The screen is definitely a fingerprint magnet, and I'll need to have a handy wiping cloth on and off to have a very clean device, and it's kind of attracts a lot of glare. So when you see this, glare is something which cannot be avoided, but when the screen is really polished and perfect, it tends to attract a lot of glare, and especially when you're playing games with using sensors, which kind of needs you to tilt the device now and then to play the game, a glare is definitely an off-putting thing there. So the viewing angles are good, and except that I have the issue with the glare. The screen is bright and vivid, and the colors are accurate, and for a price of ₹9,000, this definitely is a good display that Lenovo has put into this Lenovo A7000. The Lenovo camera UI is a new native application completely overhauled for Lenovo A7000. It is very simple and yet kind of very highly functional. The front camera is capable of shooting 8 megapixel, and it results in photos of average quality. I'm not a big fan of the photos out of this device, and the reason being that the images appear to be kind of washed out, and the color reproduction is not very accurate, and even in low light situation the color is not that accurate. The flash on this device kind of messes with the autofocus mechanism, and at times you really don't get a really sharp image though you have the flash on. That's because of the autofocusing issue with this device. Otherwise, when I have the flash off, the focusing is really fast and accurate, and I can go very close to the subject, and I can take some really good macro shots out also. So that's how close I can get, and the details are fantastic. But sometimes the sharpening and noise reduction algorithm kind of makes the edges a little soft and blurry, and that makes the quality of the overall image suffer, and that's something which I don't like about this camera. And the front camera is of the similar quality. At very bright light, it appears to be performing well. When the light is a bit challenging, you don't get very good image quality. So that is something which we can live with a device of this price range. So again, I'm not complaining anything regarding the camera. It's a decent camera, it's an average quality. So under the hood, Lenovo A7000 has the MediaTek chipset with octa-core processor clocked at 1.5 GHz. It's got a Mali T760 graphic processing unit, and it's got 2 GB of RAM. You can see it's got 2 GB of RAM here, and it's a HD screen, and it's got 8 GB of internal storage, which is expandable by up to 32 GB. And everything is good on paper, but not so in reality. I had some huge issues playing some intensive games like the Asphalt 8. There were a lot of frame drops, and the UI was a bit laggy. Especially the touchscreen responsiveness was not that great when I was playing a graphic intensive game. So that being said, on the good news, the device does not get hot. I've been playing with this device for over 20 minutes continuously, and you can see that the temperature of this device has not gone beyond 43 degrees Celsius when the game was at play. So that's something good news. It's not getting heated up unnecessarily, so it's getting heated up only when I'm playing graphic intensive game, and that too within the manageable and acceptable levels there. So this is the AnTuTu benchmark I ran on this Lenovo A7000. It's been giving me inconsistent results. So at times it gave me like 21,000, and I've also seen scores up to 42,000, and now the score I get is 38,000. So it's not that dependable these days, AnTuTu, is it? Anyway, let me take a screenshot for my detailed review. So the quadrant test places this device somewhere on the top with a score of 3980. So let me show you what Velomo benchmark results have come up with. So it has placed the device at considerably higher spots, somewhere between HTC One and LG Nexus 5, with a score of 1035, and that's for the single core test. And for the multi-core test, so it's placed really high. It even tops the HTC One M8. So all the benchmark results for this particular device is showing me good results, and this device is comparable to most of the devices in the price range of over 15,000 rupees. But I still face problems while playing games with the frame rate and frame lag now and then, and that's the only reason I'm not giving very solid feedback on the device performance. So this device has got a 2900 mAh battery. On a looping video test, the 2900 mAh battery lasted for a little over than 8 hours, and on a normal usage it lasts for a little over than a day. When I say normal usage, it means 10 to 15 minutes of call, 15 minutes of browsing, and of checking the Twitter, Facebook and WhatsApp feeds, 30 minutes of gaming, and 3 to 4 hours of music, and occasionally watching video clips which people send me in WhatsApp. This device takes me through the day, and a little over than 24 hours is considered to be a good battery consumption by this device. And what I really like about the UI is it kind of separates the consumption here. So this tells me like what are the software that consumes more battery, and when I say the hardware factor, so this I can see that screen has consumed a lot of the battery. So in a regular Android device, you would see that both these things have been put together in a same functional screen here, and now they've been separated by software and hardware. It's kind of very useful when I want to check my battery consumption. Some of the cons of this device are it doesn't have the backlit menu keys, and the build quality is plasticky, and it's not great build quality there, and protection of the display with the Corning glass, and it's got an average camera performance and also the average gaming performance. We are looking at the device that's going to cost you less than rupees 10,000. To be exact, it's 9,000 rupees, or in dollars it is $140. It is not a beast of a performer. It's got a decent camera and a good list of useful features that you'll end up using actually. The competitors for the Lenovo A7000 or the Asus Zenfone 2, which has got a 4 GB of RAM, but kind of a bit pricier than the Lenovo A7000, and the Mi 4i, which got just 16 GB of storage and is non-expandable. And you have the Eureka with a buggy hardware and software and a buggy service backup there. And the closest competitor for this phone is none other than the Lenovo A6000 Plus. So the Lenovo A6000 Plus competes with the Lenovo A7000, especially it's got 2 GB of RAM, just like Lenovo A7000, and 16 GB of onboard internal memory. If you look outside the Android realm, you would find the Lumia 640 XL to be a close competitor for this device, but that again is a pricey. I'm finding this device to be in a unique price band, and it's got some unique capabilities as well, and it is a very affordable price. It's not a powerhouse, but it's definitely a workhorse. It can get you through the day with ease and make you a proud owner at the end. At the price of Rs 8,999, Lenovo A7000 is a good buy and is leading the race right now. Thanks for watching this video. If you like my videos, do subscribe to my channel and stay tuned. This is Giridhar signing off.